Hey guys, I just got back from the chicken broil meeting. Well, not just a while ago, but yeah, it went pretty good. Sales are down, but we'll survive. Got a market for a younger generation, and the old boys don't want to get into that. Go out and get them young folks to help. Make sure they don't have a voice. Not going for it. I don't blame them. Go bankrupt. It's been a fun summer so far. Everybody's been pretty healthy. I'm waiting on some shoulder parts from the VA. We'll see, I guess. But other than that, I feel all right. We were talking stories today. We're working on, my son is running around the neighborhood this summer and collecting mowers and riders people want to throw out. And rebuilding them, reselling them, and doing pretty good. Some guy gave him like a $1,300 bush hog. Needs twine. I don't get that. I was thinking about all these old mowers as a kid down in Deep Creek. A place called Deep Creek Lake, Maryland, in Garrett County. My dad would take us there. And had a cottage up there in the summer. My sister and I worked, and we'd go up on the weekends. And we were on this place called Penn Point, short for Pennsylvania, because there was always blue-collar steel workers up there from there. They just overtook the place during hunting season and summer. All rough and tumble guys. Welders, you name it. Miners from just across the line over at West Virginia. Over in a town called Paw Paw. In walking distance, at the end of the Penn Point, end of the cove, was a bar restaurant there. It's called the Pawn Run Saloon. There was a creek that ran down by there called Pawn Run. And they sold some of the best crabs I ever had. Maybe it was a time, maybe it was a summer, maybe it was 1984, I don't know, but it was a good time. And we got in there to drink beer, and we had these fake IDs we picked up at this place in Georgetown, in Washington, D.C. It's called Electromax. You go in there and buy a bong or a radio you could barely muscle up over your shoulder. And we get some fake IDs, and we go down to these bars we know on the strip there on M Street that would let us in. Our buddy bounced it once, so that was a pretty good deal. But anyway, we ended up at Pawn Run Saloon, and you always think you're clever when you're a kid, you know. Oh, Les, he was a prick by anybody's standards. He really was. And he had this ability to welcome you and also hold the expression of, don't stay too long. But people did. There wasn't much going on at that end of the lake, and it was safe. You didn't have to drive anywhere. And a few came by boat, but they learned they didn't get home in the fog too easy because it always set in there at night. You could set your clock to it. Try to go out by a flashlight, and all you do is see your shadow behind you. It's a pretty awesome lake, and it's big with a lot of fingers. I seen a few guys get their ass whooped in there. There wasn't many rules in that place. You either managed yourself or somebody would manage you. Nobody seemed to question that. And it worked well. That place wouldn't survive in modern times. I mean, sometimes they'd turn the hillbilly meter up Yeah. You were just ready to duck at any given moment. And some nights, were just fine. My mother loved to go there with my dad when he came up to the lake. She loved to talk to everybody. My mom had that way about her. Didn't matter who you were. She'd dust you off, sit you down, put a dagwood in front of you, and have time for it. There was a guy up there, he'd start in like that. I don't know if I ever got his name. He was a miner, retired. And before that, he was a Korean War veteran, drafted. And he had this song he'd memorized. I don't know that he knew anything else beyond that. If he did, I never heard him sing it. But he could play the banjo like a son of a bitch. And, literally like hell wouldn't have him. He would just tear it up. He had a wife in there one time, and they were having some dinner. It was after 8 o'clock, and that was when the church-going folk usually tried to get out of there by. My mom tried to get out of there about 6. But he's sitting there one night. He talked over everybody. He says, "Well, do as you please. I don't mind dying alone. I've done it before." And then he started rattling off a battle he was in over in Korean War. And he'd come up short that day, and somebody had to jump start him. He got a Purple Heart for accommodation. I don't recall much of that story. I wish I did. But it was a time I was just a young kid, making sure I stayed in the shadow and didn't get thrown out before I got drunk. And every once in a while they'd have music, and I don't believe it was ever prearranged. People just showed up, and they told you if they were any good or not. It was a great place. No matter how much booze you bought. And at that place, it was an extraordinary amount of beer they drank there. They had extra trash cans out. The summer was just nuts there. Tuesday, who gives a fuck? Drank all of it. It was amazing. No matter how much beer you bought up at the lake on a Saturday, you were out Sunday. They had the blue law up there. Couldn't buy. So you'd buy a shitload Saturday. You drank it all up. So you'd drive for a while up there to West Virginia line, a town called Paw Paw. And it was a shanty of a store. Another one of those stores that probably was a gas station at some point and hadn't seen petrol in 50 years. And you walked in there and they had these old Coca-Cola laid down reefers in there. They're just chock full of beer. Pretty much Budweiser and Pabst. And Miller. Some old froth and slosh and shit like that. Black Label. Kentucky Smoke. And they had all kinds of shine for sale. But we just got the booze, the beer, and we got out of there. Used to be a limit how much you could take across the line, but I don't know if I really paid much attention to it. It's got to be one of the richest liquor stores down there. That became a supply chain through the years living there, heading out to Paw Paw, West Virginia. Well, anyway, that's about all I got tonight. Not much else. Just a day of work and more work later tonight, and meeting up with a few people, and that's about it. So, Continue to have a good week, guys. I heard Tom tell me he's going to try to get a hold of a large board. It's a big board now. He outgrew his boogie board. That's pretty cool. All right. Keep getting it, Tom. Keep hanging 10, but I'll go to Vegas and get that tat. Got it wired like we promised. All right. Love you guys. Oh shit! I was going to play you a song. I don't have it, and I don't have a song. I was going to play a little instrumental, maybe, kind of about how that guy he played this banjo like, well, just like I'm going to play it for you. I don't remember what all the chords and frets he was set up, but it went kind of like the way I'm doing it for you. He did. He did shit like that all night long. Cheers, everyone. Keep being good to each other.